match will be starting any minute now. It is almost 8:30 EST, although I am PST, so it's only 5:30 here, although it looks like it's 8:30 outside. It's just black as night up there. Yeah, we got the Teledad Finals, the Colossal Fighter Crash Out series that I started on my server. And it ended up with a Teledad versus Lightsworn finals, so it is double elimination. So Diddled, the Teledad player, only has to win one match to clinch the tournament. But and Lil Mist, coming from the lower bracket, has to win twice to clinch the tournament, because that's just how double elimination is. Double elimination. Okay, looks like Lil Mist is hosting. I'm gonna wait for the match to be underway, and then we can get started. Just do one thing real quick. I'll find him here, and all right. It looks like we are in motion. So this is Lightsworn versus Teledad Finals. Let's see what happens, and we'll talk about everything else after. I think Lil Mist is going to win the RPs. They'll be going first here. So Lightsworn has a lot of explosive power in this first game. They have a bit of an edge, just the speed of the deck, because this format does have charge at 3 copies. So as you can see, you get into one charge, you can just get all your Lightsworns in the grave. You get these wolves out in the field. Looks like Mist is gonna mill exactly 3 Lightsworn monsters, and got Aaron and Garroth in the grave. So this lets him set up the Judgment Dragon early. Oh, we even got gonna have the Lumina come in, summon the Garroth. End phase is gonna trigger some mills for Lumina, and turn trigger Garroth effect. So Lumina is going to mill 3, and then Garroth is just gonna mill 2. But one was another wolf, so Luminous already has 4 bodies in the field for Diddle to deal with. This did unfortunately mill the Crush Guard Virus and the Oppression, but 2 Necro Guards in the graveyard, so Diddle already is really hard in the back of it. Diddle just passing without making a move. We're gonna have trouble. Stratos gonna come out. We'll see what he adds to hand. Obviously gonna get, yeah, just gonna get the Mally in hand. D-draw, throw down the Mally. Response Crow is gonna banish. Now, I may have misinterpreted the situation, because I thought Diddle drew pass, but I just wasn't paying attention there. It's just because it looked like Lil Mist was resolving their effects by the time Diddle was starting a turn. Anyway, Stratos gonna hit this Lumina. Honest is also at 3, so there's a little bit of risk attacking into a Lightsworn like this, or just any deck that's using a lot of light monsters. Like we saw Hero Beat in this tournament, is because triple Honest you can win out in a lot of battle phase. Yeah, there's the Honest. Build is gonna lose that Stratos, and we'll see what he's gonna prop down. We're gonna get a couple of sets here. The Reborn are gonna come out. I wonder why he sets monsters then activate Reborn. Reborn is going to go after something. The Crow. Oh, you want to set up that virus. I see. Diddle likely just gonna shotgun this virus out, hopefully to hit the Judgment Dragon. But what do I know? No, yeah, here it goes. It's gonna hit Garroth, both the wolves, and whatever is sitting in Mist's hand. Hit this Lila here. Yeah, this deck gets hit really hard by Virus because a lot of their monsters have above 1500 attack. Wolf, Aaron, 1 JD is down. This is a format where JD is semi-limited, so Lightsworn isn't like completely cracked. They still have a lot of pieces to be powerful. They do have a little trouble in the side deck. After post game 1, going after the side deck access, because people are gonna bring in their light imprisoning mirrors and whatever, and all the other oppressions or whatever. I see Sean chat there. How you doing, Sean? Sean Hopper. And I think you're Salter from the Discord. Nice to have you in. I see the match here underway. I'm almost gonna think a little bit here. Going down to 3 cards, that Virus was hit pretty hard, hitting at least like 4 or 5 of missed cards. Lumina's gonna hit him directly for 1k. End phase, we are gonna get some mills in. Those are some tough mills. Reborn and 2 charges. Ow. Ow. Got the breaker coming out here, gonna go up to the back row. That is gonna be a beckoning. We're only gonna be able to add 1 card, and I presume it's going to be. It's going to back to JD. Now JD would be the choice. I would maybe think it was Honest, but it looks like we got a Necros to block some of these in. Turn 2 the Virus, that's going to be Honest revealed. Is Mist going to slap down the JD? It does risk Diddled hitting with the Solemn. It is the only JD that Mist currently has right now. Very precarious, indeed. We have Lumina with Honest in hand, JD in hand, so we'll see how Mist goes about this. We still have one more Necro Garden in the graveyard to block whatever you need to. Winning this game 1 I think is going to be really important for Mist. But we'll see what happens. For those who don't know, actually know a lot of people in the chat. Never mind. Very difficult because Diddled could just blow him up next turn. So I think you kind of just have to go for it if you're Little Miss, because Diddled has yet to play any allures or D-draws or really get into their combo. So you're already out 1 Judgment Dragon too, so you don't want to lose your second. Okay, we're just gonna end on a 3 mills. Man, some of these mills have been really unfavorable with the. Here we got both the recharges and the Honest out. Here comes the Greffer, but that is obviously the issue with Lightsworn, is that sometimes your draws are gonna be pretty sucky, and sometimes your mills are just gonna be really bad. Like sometimes you end up drawing your wolves or you're drawing JT too early, or you're obviously milling your spell and trap cards. So it's very much a deck that says like fuck it, we ball. It's kind of a just balls to the walls deck. You just kind of have to. It's pretty high roll. You're going high roll. You kind of the same with we already know, but stands to reason. There's the second Mally in the grave. Diddled does know about miss 2 cards in hand, so we got the Plague and Mally to set up the plays. That's what I thought about for this next turn. Diddled was just gonna go all in here. Breaker's gonna attack in. Misses. Was gonna block that with the Garden and not wanting to lose this Lumina. Here comes the Greffer. Is he gonna force out the Honest? Yep. It's gonna do 1k to Diddled. And here comes the Dark Armed Dragon. Gonna pop that Lumina. Bring back the Plague Spreader and likely setting up putting a Goyo in the field. Oh, sorry, you got the you got the Mally. Now you're gonna step Stardust so that JD's gonna not gonna be able to pop anything, but JD still has 3,000 attacks, so you can summon him, swing over the oh, it's gonna be really nice for Mist. Even though like this heavy will be now we gotta figure out what's going on. Heavy, is Stardust gonna negate this? Yep. Diddled not want to lose that back row. And there comes the Oppression. This might be curtains for tough. I think that CCV was the real really buried that game one. Knocking out, pretty much going a +5 off that virus. Diddled coming in clutch with that Reborn onto the Crow to set that up. Diddled has built a lot different than the other Teledad players in the tournament. He's built to be a lot more to be able to do a lot more neutral and mid game stuff as opposed to some of the other decks that just kind of go like full gas and then set up your Solemns and your Oppression. We'll see the lists at the end, but I know Diddled has set up the deck with a lot more versatility. We didn't see it as much in this particular game, but he's definitely been able to weave in through some of these odd matchups, like well, not too odd, but like other matchups like Lightsworn, and I think there's like a few other stun decks too, because Teledad, similar to Lightsworn, has a lot of potential to just outright brick. Oh my god, the music's... Where's my jams? There it is. Duelist coming in. Set 1, back row pass. What was I saying? The traditional Teledad deck has a lot of potential to brick as well. You can end up sitting on like multiple Mallies or setting up some like dead Dark Armed Dragons, or you could have you could draw into all your Krebons and not have your Utali, or you just have all your or you have all your special summon cards and you're sitting under an Oppression. So I think Diddle's add a little more flexibility to the deck to be able to play under things like Oppression and the Judgments, because one of the worst things about this format is RO. We got the Diamond Dude coming down. It's gonna hit a Greffer. It's gonna be placed back to the bottom of the deck. Diddle just gonna poke at miss life points again. I wonder if Little Mist. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna say a Decree. It's what Lightsworn players. I feel like it's very important it's a good tool for the Lightsworn players, especially when they bring in the Teledad players bring in the Light Imprisoning Mirrors. Here comes a charge. Got some pretty good mills. We're gonna hit the Wolf and set up another Lightsworn in the grave. Charge is going to add a Lumina. Wolf's going to be special summon. Here comes the Solar. He should check in case for negates, but I think it's fine. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what Diddle was going to do in that situation. Oh, he does mill the Gores, unfortunately. But it's going to be dead anyway because as long as that decree sits. So we have 3 Lightsworns in the grave. Another charge is going to come down. Gonna hit, put another wolf in the field, which is really nice. Now you got the 4 different Lightsword names for a JD. We'll see what Mist wants to do. They gotta go for it now because they're at 4200 LP. Here comes the JD. That is going to go for it. He's gonna lose Decree in the process, but see, there's the cards in there. Now Mist can try to OTK him by getting another Judgment Dragon, but I don't know if depends on if Diddled has Gores. Didn't know the second JD, so I wonder if he's gonna summon the other one. Got 6 cards in hand. I'd be remiss to believe that those cards weren't usable. Lumina coming in. Does Diddled have a DD Crow for whatever? Some of the other Lumina. We're about 5k damage here. That is granted that Diddled does not have Gores. 5k. I guess you'll have to bring out... Gosh, I don't know what you bring out. You just bring out Wolf and just, yeah, I think you just try to OTK here, yeah. That's over 9,000 damage. What, 9,000? Oh, here comes the Reborn to absolutely seal on there, yeah, that's... Mist comes in with the hot OTK, the Decree securing the games, making Diddle's trap cards dead, not able to stop the Judgment Dragon. And we're going to push this out to a game 3 now. Diddled is going to start this game 3, so there is a chance that Diddled could draw his floodgates early and stick them, and Little Mistress might die, but we will see. Considering the fact that Mist has got to the finals, punching through some of the Teledad players shows that like the deck is still going to be fine even in games 2 and 3. So we shall see what the let's just see what the cards are like. But so we'll see what this is like. If Diddled wins this next duel, he wins the match and the tournament. But if Mist wins here, then we go into another set. So I am eager to see how this closes out. Diddle did win the last Teledad tournament that happened. That was on the YGO from Zero server. There was a bit of a it was also had a pretty diverse deck spread, given just the nature of that server. Like, not everybody was on the Teledad deck, so. And I remember he built his deck to adjust to all the like different matchups, or just have the different tools on hand. Like, he ran Scapegoats, but also ran Plasma to be able to do the occasional play where you'd steal the opponent's monster. Diddled going for a T-Pose pass. This could very well be a Crush Card Virus and a Sangan or whatever else. We'll find out. There's not too many monsters you set on Teledad, so I figure it must be like a Necro Gardna or Sangan. We'll see what Mist can make of the T-pose here. You know, think about this approach. Definitely is a thinker. Here comes the Jane. And I think we're just gonna swing at this set monster. Yep, Sangan. No virus. But come on, we don't want a tournament grand finals to end with a freaking Sangan crush card virus. That'd be lame. But hey, Jane's gonna mill 2. Oh, he's gonna mill his own crush card virus. Mist has milled the virus twice. Sangan added a plague spreader, so let's see what Diddled deals with that. Might be a discard for Greffer, we'll see. Greffer, normal summon. He's probably gonna pitch this plague spreader and get a Mally in the grave. Go into a level 8 synchro. If he's going to do that, or he might just Goyo here, but there is no. You can't Goyo if he has a possible Honest in hand. Just gonna go for the level 8. Colossal. That's gonna get to 3,000, I think. Oh, it's only warriors in the graveyard. So never mind. 2,900. There's no Honest from Mist. Greffer's gonna swing in for a 17. Might have a Gorse. Maybe. Nope. It'll be up to Mist to deal with this Colossal Fighter. I think it's the... Yeah, it's in the graveyards. Cold Wave coming down is gonna... Can't respond with those 2 cards. Both players will be locked out of spell traps until the end of Diddled's next turn. In this format, it's interesting, due to errata, Colossal Fighter, Colossal Fighter's effect is actually mandatory due to its first original errata. Something that's a little bit unique about this format, and then later on it just becomes optional. So, if Colossal Fighter is destroyed at battle, you have to special summon a warrior. Usually it's itself, but it varies. Diddle's going for another level 8. Oh my, is this over? Oh shit. Little Mist has bricked out, or just didn't have the means. We have a wolf in hand that's dead. Just couldn't get the plays going. Diddled is going to take the match. He's going to take the event, and it'll be his second Teledad win. That's crazy. Well, congrats to Diddled for winning once again. He's the Teledad man with a Teledad plan. And shout out to Mist here for getting into the runner-up position with Lightsworns in a format that's typically thought to just be Teledad mirrors. Cool. Now I'm just going to... I did download the... Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm just going to do a thing real quick. Since we're still on stream, open up Discord again. We're still live. I'm just going to quickly load up the deck list. gonna do some cover. I'm gonna do this video as like a cover. I'm gonna do some coverage as well. I'm gonna do the end the event. I'm gonna do the coverage, and I'm gonna look at the all the deck lists, or at least the top 3. We're just gonna wait for Diddled here to submit the finals replay, and then I'll end the event. I'll generate the coverage, and then we can look at these decks. But yeah, you can see kind of even with triple charge and things like triple honest and triple lumina, Lightsworn still has some consistency issues. They can just have some absolutely dead in the water hands, or just they can draw their like garnets and whatnot. But when the deck pops off, it goes crazy. It goes wild. It goes bananas. As seen in the tournament. Okay. I'll be wrapping this up in a moment. We're just ending the event, finalizing the results on challenge and format library. I'm just gonna make sure DB doesn't wig out and bug out on me. Okay. Bear with me, everybody. Pull out format library. Oh, Salter, if you're still with us in stream, congrats on your X-Saber victory here with Hero Beat. Looks pretty solid. Okay, deck thumbnails, blogspot's almost ready. Okay, cool. Any minute we should find it. There we go. Alright, let's have a look quickly at the coverage. I'm just gonna adjust this real quick. Fifey, hello, I see you. Welcome to the stream. We don't need this. Let's adjust my layout for a second. I adjusted it for Dueling Book, not for FL. I do this properly now. Cool, yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yep. Oh, that's okay. That's you missed. Okay. Yeah, tough break, man. Some unfortunate mills and some unfortunate hands in those games 1 and 3. I saw you milled your things like your charge. You milled both your charges and milling your freaking. Oh god, what's it called? The solars. Tough luck. Yeah, check out the winning list here with Diddled. So as I kind of mentioned, Diddled is running a little bit more tools than the typical Teledad deck. You see we have like Tomato here as the one of battle floaters, so you can access to a Krebons or whatever you want, like or if you need and I see the Snipe Hunter technology coming here. This is Snipe Hunter has been a very controversial card in like not controversial, just like it's been a very polarizing amongst the retro community. Some people I think it's like quite useful, especially with the discard to pop effect. And others will say that it's just terrible because you only have a 2/3 chance, and you're just going minus on whiffing your die rolls. But I figured in the oppression game one we should have done Illumina play to force the oppression, but it was all probably. Yeah, it was a very difficult. I noticed you were thinking for a lot of times, and I probably would have been like. I think a lot of people were in the same situation. Like it's, you don't want to like. You don't want to play into your opponent's stuff, but at the same time, you kind of have to just like go for it, right? From what I'm understanding, what you're saying. We see diddled here is on the 41. Gives them slightly less chance to open on things like double Mali or draw the extra Krebons and whatnot. So, like I said, there's a little bit more mid-range action going. I got the Caius in here as a 1-of. Nice to have a little extra tribute summon if you need to get rid of cards. Like, both these cards get rid of cards, so you get rid of those floodgates. And only one oppression. I feel that's interesting. A lot of Teledad decks are running 2 copies. There's only running 1. I think there's some logic to that. You don't want to open like double oppression or just draw or top deck it at a very bad time. And we see his side deck be a little bit of shake up from last time. He's got a couple more monks like Mobius and Ryza, definitely going for those floodgates. Or if any of the rogue decks have packed the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, I don't know. We'll have to see. The 1-of Sidra, double Spy, Kaiku. There's the triple Mirror. He got his own Decree. And side Mirror for side Dust, so. Yeah, Diddle's shaking it up a bit. He did that last event too. I'm kind of rambling, repeating myself. Yeah, it's nice. A little bit of like if I quickly want to jump back to the last event. Oh, sorry. He did kind of the same thing, the YFZ one, ban Light Imprisoning Mirror, yeah. Total. Ban, get rid of these. You know what? Miss? They're just some of the worst designed cards in the game's history. Like, these continuous trap floodgates, they're just. I don't know how they made so many. They're so toxic. Granted, like, they weren't as bad in, like, slower formats, I get, but. Wow, all of these were just ticking time bombs. They're not healthy for the game at all. Like, just ban all these stupid floodgates. IO, Royal Oppression, even the Shadow Imprisoning one, that's pretty stupid. Just get rid of these cards. They're not fun. You flip them up, your opponent goes minus, and then they can't do stuff. So this is the one from the previous event. Diddled kind of did similar thing, like. He brought in the goats and brought in like plasma. He's got some nice little tech options. So, Diddled is probably the guy to look for when we go into these future Teledad events. Konami loves floodgates. Oh, Konami they're just making cards, man. Back in the day, they're just mass producing stuff, not really with thinking second, you know. Only now in this day and age are they just banning out all the floodgate stuff. And I think they should just stop printing them at some point. Anyway, we got we're still in the previous event, so let's go back to the one we were talking about. This is the list I gave you courtesy of MMF. This Lightsworn list was from a previous Teledad event. I forget which one. Oh shit, wrong. If we can just load it up. I think I brought it up from here. Well, now it's there. Anyway, it was I don't want to spend like 20 minutes digging through it, but it was a list from MMF from a previous event. So, and still worked pretty well here. You got the triple charge is busted. Triple recharge. Well, sorry, that was always a thing. Sorry. you can run triple wolf because you got triple recharge. You don't have to worry about like. Typically, you don't have to worry about hard drawing into wolf, I guess, when you have this many charge, but it still happens, unfortunately. I see we got the Secret Village of Spellcasters, if anybody's playing like a spell-heavy loadout. I don't know, some things about this deck might be a little dated, from considering it was a list from several years ago. Yeah, I think some of the side deck can be shaked up for future Teledad events, but I think the main is still pretty solid. Maybe this is my personal preference. I still think that's one wolf too many, given how easy it is to just draw into him. I would think there may be this approach of, I don't know, maybe Lila in place of a wolf if you're placing out like back row. Just my own thoughts. I'm not a deck building artist or anything. I'm just giving my thoughts on it. But hey, it got you to the runner-up spot, so I think it's still a nice frame of reference to go by for the Lightsworn stuff. Now, another Lightsworn deck did top, and that was a GMYFS. I don't know if he's watching or if he's working. Oh my god, wait. Hold on. Damn. You guys played the exact same list. the same Lightsworn list got into top 3. That's funny. I had no idea. I didn't know if I don't know where GMFS pulled his list. My god, they're one and the same. So you and GMFS were using MMF's build. So main is solid, yeah. So it would seem, and then Alethea here coming in with this is the pretty standard Teledad list. Some of his side deck is a little bit different. He's coming in with the one. I think this list that Arados was using in passive. But we see the Monarchs coming in to get rid of this damn Royal Oppression, and the LJM coming in for some of the, I guess, for the Gladiator Beast decks. Because I don't think there were any Glad Beast players in this tournament. Nope. Most of the decks were Teledad, including myself. We didn't see Glad Beast this time. Maybe it can come back. Glad Beast does have Retieri, a quest, and the, what's it called? It has Chariot here, so I think they still have triple Bestie for the Geyseris. I think Bestie didn't get limited until the March list where they nerfed Teledad. But we didn't have any Glad Beasts this time. Maybe next time. I do plan to host another Teledad event in the future. Oh yeah, Clemens. I wanted to show his list because he was doing a little stun deck as well. It's hero beat, but I'd say more he's got the I'd say it's more of a stun factor because he's maxing out in the floodgates. No, we can play with floodgates. This here Clemens here, he said, I'm running every floodgate in that I can, that's good. You guys are not going to be able to play the game, pretty much. So, but that's a solid beat list, especially when you have triple Rhoda in this format. I don't know why they brought Rhoda back to 3 for the start of the 5Ds area. Yeah, I'd say it's more, but that's typically like hero. Yeah, it's not traditional hero beat because that beat usually is running like things like Miracle Fusion. So this is more hero stun, but it's still beat down. You're still summoning big bodies like Thunder King and Neos and beating your opponent down with 1900. So still nice deck if you want to play stun. But most of the decks were kind of Teledad. Oh, Shaban brought the zombie stun back. This was a deck that was being conceptualized. Not conceptualized. It was a deck talked about in the YFZ server. Is pretty much another stun variant, except you're using this Paladin of Cursed Dragon as your as another like Neosalius. You're actually using the freaking effect of this guy. It's the 1900s attack points, and it's a zombie type, it's a light type, so it interacts with Pyramid Turtle, which flies in repression, and flies. It's a zombie to bring up from Mezuki, and yeah, I don't know how definitive the list is, but I know some of the guys who are playing. Someone topped us it last time in the YFZ server, and if we have that event, I can kind of dig it up. Where are we? Oh my gosh. If we go back to the YFZ, yeah, there was oh, it's Shabam again. He pretty much brought the same list as last time. Yeah, okay. Was there any other spice in this event? Now it's just the load up the Teledad. I don't know, maybe with this maybe with some of the other rogue options coming in, we can see there's a little bit of more deck diversity going on, and the fact that Diddled's reworked the Teledad deck twice means there's still ways to work with that. But yeah, that's the event. In terms of this particular Discord server, I'd probably run back to the next time I run an event. I'll probably run back to Gladiator, because that seems to be the format that'll be a little more interesting to play. I don't want to run Dad Return again, because that just turned out to be like an FTK circus. So next time I run an event on the Phantom Zone, it'll be like a Gladiator one. Not sure when. It'll be sometime 2026. I don't typically want to run events in December, because that's around Christmas time, but I think there's still some potential to do stuff in Gladiator. It is definitely not Gladiator tier 0. I don't know. I'm not. Gladiator Beast is definitely a strong deck, but I don't think Gladiator is like tier 0. And same way here, I don't think Teledad has some room to do some stuff, and it's not going to be entirely Teledad dominated. But yeah, it's been fun. I am going to log off the stream now, so thanks for you guys, Mist and Salter, for dropping in and chatting. I'll see you around on Discord. Congrats to Diddled again for winning, and congrats to Mist for runner-up, and GMyFest for 3rd place. I'll see you guys around. Peace.